have kicked off today. We got a lot of news to talk about, some rumors to talk about, and what this means for the future of the Commanders. This edition of the Burgundy Breakdown starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition here on Wednesday nights of the Burgundy Breakdown. We got the fellows, Reed Easy and John back in the building, and Juan is setting up all his equipment and getting home. So it's just the three of us. The fellows, what's happening?
What's up, John? How you doing, brother?
I am exhausted right now, but you know what? We still here.
Yeah, how was your Memorial weekend? My bad, Reed.
Rainy as an SOB.
Hey. Life must go on. The content must be created. We gotta fight through when we tired. It is what it is.
That is what it is. You gotta rock and roll. But the day of reckoning has come for a lot of fans. The day has come for a lot of believers and haters. OTAs have kicked off.
Yeah, they have.
I'm excited. I ain't gonna hold you. It was definitely a news-filled day. Clips and interviews and
photos,
rumors, and all types of things. It was exciting. A lot to talk about, and we back in a mix.
Hey, it's a great time. The news finally hits it. Before we even get to any of that, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all three of our channels at Reading Z, at Ball and Bernie Podcast, and at Juan Gotti Talking Sports. Everyone on their each individual milestone. I know for BIB, we're on the road to 1,000. I think y'all are on the road to 9,000?
1,500.
1,300. I think Juan's on the way.
1,500.
1,500. Let's say 15 sounds a little nicer. 1,500, and Juan, I think, is getting to 10K. So we all are on our own individual milestones. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter. Come over here to YouTube, get in the comment section, subscribe to us. We got a lot more content coming on this off season, and especially during the season, y'all are not gonna want to miss it. But like I said, we are here for OTAs, whether it's the press conference from AP, DQ, and Jaden, whether it's some of the news, some of the photos, some of the videos. Let's kind of jump into it. It kicked off today with not everyone showing up for camp, and people love to make not everyone. Everyone loves to make a big deal out of a lot of nothing. So let's talk about it. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin, new offensive tackle Laramie Tunzel, and second-year cornerback for our Commanders, Marshawn Lattimore, were not at OTAs this afternoon. And I know us in the group chat, we didn't say it, but we all were like, it's kind of whatever. It's business as usual. I know some people online be like, why can't you show up to camp? Why can't you be a team player? Why you gotta be so selfish? At least I'm not part like Stephon Diggs.
I might be one of those guys though, John. I might be, because for the simple fact, like, I mean, we have a culture. We finally have a culture, and what Bruce Allen used to say, the culture is damn good. So it's really, the culture is really good this time, and it's like, just show up, man. Like, I understand the Terry situation, Terry trying to get his deal, and like Marshawn Lattimore, what's up with you? You know what I mean? I know it's voluntary. I get it. I know you could decide what you want, but like, just be in a building. Like, man, Reedy said earlier, like, even if you injured, just show up and, you know what I mean, be in the mix, be amongst the guys. If it's a contract thing, like, be in the building, but don't participate. Like, be there though. Like, just don't show up. And Laramie Tunsil, I don't give a damn what you did in Houston. I don't care what you did in Miami. Like, you are a newly acquired guy here, and you need to figure out this playbook. You know what I mean? Gel with these guys. Like, he hasn't been in anything since he's been here, right? I didn't see him in none of the stuff weeks ago where all the team, you know, the phase 1 and phase 2. I didn't see him in any of that. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, I mean, again, a lot of people I'm not I'm not trying to overdo it, but it's just like, why not? You know what I mean? So, and it's like, if you looking for a contract, bruh, like all that should have been they would have signed you as soon as they traded you. Like, you're not getting a new deal right now. Like, you don't like a prove it type thing. Not, I mean, you are of a certain caliber and you get a lot of respect for who you are. You're one of the top, tackles in the league, top 3, you know what I mean, in the league. So respect to you. But at the end of the day, like, if it's contractual, like, you and your agent should know ain't no deal coming right now. Like, don't start that. Don't start it. You know what I mean? Just be here and be with your teammates. That's what I'm saying. Because I mean, shit. Me and Reedy can tell you we was at all the voluntary camps for free. And these dudes getting paid. We was at free when we was in high school. I mean, again, it's high school, but like, we was there. You showed up. You wanted to be. What else is there to do? You're a football player. That's my word.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Z. I understand Laramie Tunsil's situation. Okay, he's traditionally not a guy that shows up to the offseason program. I get it. Trent Williams was another guy that didn't show up for the offseason program when he was here. So, I mean, I'm giving him some slack when it comes to that. I think he'll come into camp and he'll be here in 2 weeks for the the mandatory mini camp that we're going to have in the 12th or the 10th through the 12th or something like that.
I think it's 10th through the 12th of June. So 3 weeks.
I think he'll be here for that. Terry, totally understand. Like, it's business. At the end of the day, this is a business. And do what's best for you and your family, and because this is probably going to be his last major deal. Terry's 30 years old now, so
I think he turns 30.
Yeah, turns 30. So he's probably looking to sign somewhere between like maybe a 4-year extension or something like that, giving him 5 years playing with this season that he already has under contract. I think that's coming fairly soon. But Marshawn Lattimore, I don't really have any forgiveness for you, because basically coming off the year that you came off last year and what you put on film, like, nothing against you as a player, but it wasn't the best. It was a kind of a downward trending year for you, given all of the injuries. I think I would want to be in the building seeking treatment, seeking strength and conditioning, seeking everything that I can get a better understanding of the defense, of the scheme, of the techniques that they want you to play, and whatever role that you're going to be in on your side of the field, and just, coming together with your teammates. As far as Laramie Tunsil, you are also coming into a new scheme, a new offense, different verbiage. They may want you to play different techniques, a zone scheme, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing that you have the playbook at your disposal on the iPad, but it's another thing getting those live reps and things of that nature, because it may have been one thing where you were, but here it could be something totally different. And just building that camaraderie with your teammates. So I think you guys need to be in the building. The only one really gets an ultimate pass is Terry, because we get it. It's contractual. Like, if it was me, I would do the same thing. So I'm not going to sit here and bash a guy and say he needs to be here, but he was been here for most of the off season. So it wasn't like he was here, but it's just at a point where, okay, all right, let's speed this up. Let's move this thing along a little bit. Let's get this done. And I think it'll get done, because I believe it, his last contract, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing. I think once we came out of mandatory minicamp, they paid him. So we didn't have to linger into training camp with this, overshadowing him. Laramie Tunsil, I think at this point, like, you shouldn't be looking for a contract. I think you should be trying to play this year and then maybe cash in next year, as well as Marshawn Lattimore, because he got 2 years left on his deal. So I don't know why you guys aren't here. I mean, if it's nothing family related or no type of emergencies, like, you need to be here building kind of that, that bond with your teammates. You know what I mean? If your ultimate goal is to indeed win a Super Bowl and go as far as you want to go. Like all of that individuality things, being about me. Oh, I want to work out with my coach. Like we got to let that go. Like this isn't the brotherhood that I heard about from last season, and this is going to be the brotherhood 2.0 going into year 2 of this new regime and this new thing here in Washington.
Yeah. Terry, I think we're all in agreement. I got a few people on the IG comment section. They're all in agreement. Terry, you do what you need to do to get that contract. You're gonna get paid regardless. I'm gonna bet 10-1 with the Lattimore thing. It's got to be an injury. He's either got to be at home rehabbing or he's in the facility rehabbing and no one knows about it. There's got to be something because he came into Washington hurt. He didn't play for what, a month and a half. He didn't touch the field till like week 14, and he got traded week 9, so about a month and a half.
Week 7, week 8, something like that.
Yeah, like whatever the trade deadline is. I think it's around week 8. So he doesn't play for a month and a half. All right, so there's another 6 weeks. I would just put him on IR. But here's 4 guaranteed weeks. Do what you got to do, but we didn't do that. I don't remember us doing that. And then you can kind of tell once he hit week 15, week 16, week 17, week 18, the playoffs, it still wasn't clicking between him coming in, not knowing the playbook, I think, all that well, not knowing his spot all that well, not knowing his teammates, not knowing his body. So I think this whole offseason is going to give him a familiarity of, okay, I got a full offseason to train with these guys. I got a full offseason to rehab my body. I got a full offseason to figure out what these guys are about. But to y'all's point, got to be in the building to do that. You can only do so much over Zoom. You can only do so much on an iPad. Unless he's in, Ashburn or he's with a team doctor locally, wherever he's living at in DC and just doing rehab at home. I know Nakobe Dean doing a ballerina crap for his rehab. So what do the Eagles got going on in Philly? That's what they can do. So that's got to be an injury. And then Tunsil, I think he's the one where I'm like, I'm in a total agreement with. He should be in the building, contractually or not, voluntary or not. But it's voluntary, it's optional. Don't you know OTA stand for optional team activities? It stands for organized team activities, and you can't be a team and be organized without all your players there.
Yeah. So it was definitely it was one thing to see Terry out. It still raised slight eyebrow, but then when the other two guys is like, yo, what the hell? What the hell?
Reedy about to chew one of us out.
No, I'm just I didn't really peep this, John. You see your man now? He looking sweet. Got
what you mean?
In the background now? That's what we doing. See? Oh, all right. I see you. Take command. the towel.
Raise hell.
Flag. Okay.
All right.
I've been up there for weeks.
I don't remember it. I can't remember. Something new.
I think it might be there last week.
It might be the crop.
Background. Okay. All right. New green screen.
We trying to catch up with Reedy Field.
Yeah, Reedy Field. Just stand by. It's coming soon. Probably about 3 weeks. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. We're almost there.
Coming soon to a screen near you. All right. But I was looking all over. I was looking at Sport Track because they had tweeted this out about Terry, him skipping OTAs. To them, he's a projected 3-year, $93 million extension, 31 APY, so average pay per year. DK's was 33 with 60 guaranteed, and they're thinking that's where around what he's going to get.
I think Terry's slightly better. He's slightly better than DK.
Yeah. I think DK has the height to help.
Yeah, they're in the same kind of like
bracket
area. I would say bracket, but I think Terry is slightly better based off of last year. DK is kind of regressing a little bit
before last year
in his play.
But
like that these pages got all of these tiers and all these lists that they
I love to see them
put up all these players and stuff like that. I think they're like kind of like in that second tier. Before you get into the elite of the elites. But I think if Terry goes out, like I said last week, if Terry goes out and he puts up 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, you got to put him in that elite tier. elite tier.
A top 10 conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a Debo kind of helps Terry a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just curious to see what other receiver emerges. I was saying something today. I didn't get to watch it, but it was I think it was Logan Paulson and Craig Hoffman. They put something up saying, can Luke McCaffrey possibly be the answer at the number 2 wide receiver? But I didn't get to watch it. But I'll get back to y'all next week on that.
All right. I didn't expect Luke. I expected to go the same route that Lake Lewis Jr. had when he joined me on Sunday in the realm of Jalen Lane. I think Lane's going to get touches early in his career, whether it's special teams or on the field. That's just me.
I think Lane is going to be more of your, in the beginning, he's going to start out more of your special teams guy. I think they'll kind of bring him along because it's a long laundry list of receivers. And I was just thinking this earlier today, and I don't want to necessarily take a different stance on this guy, but I don't know, for some reason, the soft side of Reedy is kind of thinking maybe, just maybe, what if he does pan out? What if he does make this team?
Who? Are you talking about Luke or Jalen?
What if he does turn some heads in training camp?
Who, Luke?
No. KJ Osborn.
Oh, you did say that earlier.
I mean, that's a take. I don't know. I'm saying, what
you mean?
Might. What if he does though? Like, what are we going to say?
Put the light on you. Put the light on his eyes. Are you all right? Are you sick?
Are you feeling well? All that construction dust.
I'm not saying he is. Fact. That's not what I'm saying. So don't go in the comment. I don't know what Reedy talk about. He done lost his mind. He's smoking that good. Nah, I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying, what if?
I mean,
he emerges as a better player than we've been saying he is?
Then you trade him. Fuck. Trade him.
Z say he don't want no parts whatsoever. What do y'all think out there? What do y'all think out there on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever? Like, chime in the comments. Let us know right now. What do y'all think? What if KJ Osborn does emerge as a viable weapon in this offense?
I pulled up the
They said he's better than St. Juice at receiver.
I pulled up the go ahead. I end up linking up the IG. I opened up the IG, so we got some comments on that side. They end up saying, was thinking about KJ today. I hope he makes it. I'm rocking with KJ too for sure. He better than Luke at the moment. KJ who? KJ who? Somebody else said I forgot all about him.
I forgot he was in all the roster.
History. Go ahead. Yeah. So
he ain't wrong.
Asia said she with Z. She said trade him. I'm just saying, like,
7th for a 6th.
I don't know for what wild reason today. I don't know. I'm doing my normal, scrolling the internet, looking at this, looking at that. Kind of like,
that's why you were scrolling.
Taking everything in, and then I came across a picture, and I seen K John in the forefront of the picture, and then in my mind I'm like, man, what if he do turn up? Like, what if he do be okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are we going to accept him, or are we going to still say fuck him? As a fan base, what are we going to do?
I say trade him.
Get KJ Osborn. Who is he going to
pick? So if he do turn up, then who's turning down? Like, it's like, like you say, not even being funny. I mean, because you got
turning down is wild, bro.
Like, not even being funny. At the top of the list, you got Terry, you got Debo, and everybody. Juan's guy. You got Noah Brown. You got Juan's other guy, Michael Gallup. Then you still got Jalen Lane, who's guaranteed a spot based on being waivers pick. You got Luke. So it's like, what I mean, where does he fit? And that still doesn't include Ja'Cory Brooks if he does okay.
I'm about to bring him up.
I feel like I'm forgetting another receiver.
Did you forget Michael Gallup?
I mentioned Michael Gallup.
So he said Gallup.
I said Noah, but I feel like I mentioned somebody else too. But like, so it's like if he do turn up, that's why I say trade him, because like, shit,
get something.
Get something for him. Why not?
You know what it'll be? It'll be KJ in a 7th for a 6th round pick.
All right. Okay. So let's go down this rabbit hole. So who are we thinking is going to be our week 1 wide receiving core?
Week 1 wide receiver core.
Hold on. Hold that thought. Juan Gotti is in the building. Let me add him to the stage.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Man, what's up, bro? What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, Juan heard
perfect timing.
Say Noah Brown.
Have you heard the hypothetical that Reedy posed to the comment section? Have you been following?
So I was while I was driving, but I was like, I lost connection. Raining in the woods.
Good.
So I lost connection. Catch me up.
So
good.
And Reedy being soft mind today, when I was scrolling the internet, just looking at everything Commanders and familiarizing myself with what's going on in our world and this, that, and the third. I just got this thought like, damn, what if KJ Osborn is a guy that kind of emerges as a better receiver than we're giving him credit of being? Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? Are we going to embrace him? Or are we still going to say fuck him? Like we've been saying virtually all offseason. Like, what will we do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let me first start by saying this, okay? KJ Osborn, I've been waiting for years I thought the second he was with Jettas and Adam Thielen and he had that breakout year, I thought, okay, this the start of something right here. He about to be the next up and coming. Kind of like Gabe Davis in Buffalo. After that playoff little run he had, I'm like, okay, they kind of both went up and so I want to say, I only brought that up to say, like, he has talent potential. Maybe is that still left in the tank? Potentially, sure. But he got here last year. I mean, you had Chris Moore getting snaps over him. A lot of it you could say was due to injury or him just not knowing the plays or him just not being talented enough to simply make that wide receiver rotation. And with us having a better, on paper rotation this year, it kind of is hard for me to see him making this roster. Now, when you say emerge, I'm pretty sure you mean in training camp and preseason. Who's to even say he gets the opportunities? I mean, like, I think okay.
What I'm saying, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
What I'm saying is like we got mandatory mini camp. We're in phase 3 of OTAs right now.
Yep.
What if he just is just like working and he's just a different player? Like, what are we going to do? Like, what dilemma are we going to really have? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I see it, but I'm saying, like, what path does he have to make this team if he actually is better than what we saying he is? But the thing that makes me say this, why did they re-sign him? Like we say in AP we trust, in Lance Newmark we trust, in this whole organization we trust as far as the front office. But what reason would a talent evaluator like Adam Peters and Lance Newmark, all of them guys, why would they bring him back? Because we didn't have to re-sign him.
Yeah, so I mean, I first want to say, honestly, to that point, it's, to me, in my opinion, it's kind of like the Jeremy McNichols signing. It's kind of like a safety blanket, just in case they don't address enough at that position. They got somebody that they know, that they're familiar with, that maybe knows the playbook and they may rely on just in case things go up in the air. But then also, to your point, what would we do if he does have a really good camp and stuff like that and he makes this roster? I mean, at that point, it's not that big of a dilemma. Somebody gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I might be losing one of my guys, either Michael Gallup or Noah Brown. I
got some for Gallup.
Yeah, as I hear a lot of fans, I feel like I'm at this point in the minority of liking Gallup, because a lot of people say he might not even make this roster. Like, that's there. And I'm just thinking of it from the perspective like, it's freaking Michael Gallup. Are we forgetting how good he was? But then you never know. Yes. 2 years ago, it's 2 years ago. But some people may have him truly not making this roster potentially. So at that point, it couldn't be far-fetched. But if y'all brought up Noah Brown, that's why I feel like y'all was hinting at. Y'all brought him up as a
we said his name and you appeared. Are you Joe Hendry?
I stamped him to make the team. I stamped him to be the number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is this: who are we accurately saying is our 6 wide receivers, 6 to 7 wide receivers we go into the season with right now?
Let me go. I got it. Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown, Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey, Michael Gallup, and Noah Brown.
You said Noah
Brown twice.
I said Noah Brown already? Twice. Damn, that's 6. So who am I forgetting?
Ja'Cory Brooks.
Oh, so we're so you go next, Z. So what I got from that, Z, is you're going out on a limb and saying an undrafted free agent is going to make the 53-man roster.
I told you both Ja'Corys was going to make this 53 roster. I told you that a couple weeks ago.
Facts. That's
facts. And Ja'Cory, I trust both of them.
Facts. Okay. All right.
I mean, but like we said, I think I said like last week or a week before that's the potentially from us as fans, we fall in love with some of these undrafted free agents, but history has shown at the wide receiver position, specifically like Tyler Owens, the safety, he made it last year. I'm sure another, undrafted free agent has made it at different positions, but wide receiver specifically, like Mitchell Tinsley, like I thought he was gonna make this roster. Robert Davis a while ago, like I thought. Kaz Allen, I mean, he like we gonna be for real. He hurt himself in the preseason, so we know why he ain't make the roster. But guys like Mitchell Tinsley, I would mention, Bryson Tremaine, like these undrafted free agents that we hear all the time. Rosemary Jack Saint, if I said his name, flip flop. We hear these guys' names all the time, and camp and stuff like that. They're doing really good, but then when we get to preseason, it's like they don't, and they never make the 53-man roster. So it's like, how likely? I know Z, you probably like a huge fan of it. But how realistic do you think his chance is of making an upgraded roster at the quote unquote wide receiver position?
I mean, that's definitely something to consider. And I mean, which, like you said, in the past has panned out to be true that a lot of these guys don't make it or they end up on the practice squad or whatnot. I'm just going out on a limb and just saying, with his size, with the ability that I saw from the tape, I think that he brings an element to the receiver room that we just don't have, and it'll just work out in his favor as long as he hoops. Now, if he get in there bullshitting and getting drop passes or not running his routes crispy and things of that nature, then he may fall back and just kind of end up being a practice squad development guy. But I'm just kind of going out on a limb and wishing. Like I said, it's definitely from what I saw on the tape. Like, he a dog.
Not for real.
And he got that size that we continue to say we need receivers with size, and we keep getting these 5'10", 5'11" guys. So what I mean, we finally got somebody that's over 6 feet.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say the top 5 receivers. Top 5. Now 6 and 7 is up for debate.
It's fluid.
Top 5 right now, very fluid. Got to be Terry number 1, Debo number 2, Michael Gallup number 3, Noah Brown number 4, Jalen Lane number 5, Luke 6, and I would keep the Ja'Cory. Just off of purely potential. I don't know yet. I really can't say.
So no KJ.
That's what I'm about to say.
No, not right now. I would definitely not keep KJ. But I'm just saying, like, what if one of these guys emerges that's lower down on the depth chart, and it happens every year. A guy that's low on the depth chart just comes in and just wows, and he just makes it hard for them to figure out, like, who are we pushing down to the practice squad, or do we even keep him around and keep him on the practice squad? Because at the end of the day, injuries do happen in this league, so we have to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
I think me and Z are on the same page. Oh, go ahead.
No, you good, bro. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, and the thing we also have to take in consideration with practice squad is we got to be careful. It may be other teams that were interested in Ja'Cory Brooks that Washington beat him to the punch, and the second that he gets to waivers or whatever, they may snag him. So just gotta be careful.
Yeah, I think Z and I were on the same page of. You had brought up KJ, and we both went, "What's this guy on right now?" That's why we had to ask KJ on practice squad or unemployment. You were like, "Yeah, right now." I was a little confused. I was like,
I'm saying, like, realistic? Purely hypothetically, like, what if? I'm just saying, like, what if he just gets it he just comes out of nowhere and just lights up like he was in Minnesota that year.
Just be a good problem to have, and we'll just have to make it.
I mean, we've seen it last year with Sam Darnold. We've seen it with other quarterbacks. We've seen it with
Justin Fields.
What's the quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith was ass. We said it numerous times with James. Baker Mayfield.
So my question to that is, in recent memory, if we could remember, when has a receiver figured it out? Like, if we could just go to one guy, anybody, when has there been a receiver that was really nothing and kind of just figured it out, and now is Jacoby Myers, or has he always, in your opinion, been pretty solid even back to the
I think he was pretty solid. He just wasn't getting a lot of opportunities.
And plus New England was just a black hole of receivers.
Quarterback was trash after Brady too. So
Mike Jones, no thank you. So no, I'll give Jacoby that credit for in Las Vegas. A receiver that took a second to develop,
and because I only say that to the point where it's like I get where Reedy's coming from with saying, you know, players in the past have had like second wins, but that's quarterbacks. You know, they kind of figured it out. And those quarterbacks that you named, they were first round. Most of them were first round draft picks for most of them.
And did great in college.
Yeah, so they had it. You know what I'm saying? KJ Osborn, we're talking about what, a 6th round pick out of Buffalo, or maybe even undrafted out of Buffalo. I don't know, man. I don't know what went wrong after that 1 year he had in Minnesota. I think he had like 600 yards that year, and I just could have sworn he was the next like third option across the league. I'm thinking they found him one, and then he kind of just went up into smoke once he got to New England. I think New England paid him that bag, and they regretted it. But he is only 27 though, so
yeah,
it's another thing. That is another thing to look at. He's only 27 years old.
So give us your take on the no-shows today.
Yeah, man. For me, we already know about Terry. Like, I think this just confirms he's about to get paid here soon. Like, when we first was talking about it, it was still kind of like new and kind of fresh to see, okay, maybe he just was doing something. Maybe he was on vacation. But, like, although this was voluntary, a guy like Terry is going to show up. Like, if he, you know what I'm saying, is in a normal contract, you know what I'm saying, contracted situation. But given the fact that he isn't, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, we get why he isn't there. And at first, earlier on, I kind of blew over like the Marshawn Lattimore and Larry Tunsil thing, like them not being there. I was like, man, it's voluntary. But then I had to think about it. It's like, wouldn't you want them there? Especially like Laramie Tunsil, he's new. But again, this isn't something that's new for him. He didn't really go to like Texans voluntary OTAs too, like and stuff like that. So again, not that big of a deal. Now, if we get to mandatory, and that's a different situation, because the thing about Marshawn Lattimore, I think he is going to show up, but Laramie Tunsil could stir the pot a little bit, because he was kind of hinting that him wanting a new contract in his interview that he had when he first got here. So if we get to mandatory minis and he's not there, then I raise the eyebrow a little bit, like, hold on, what's going on? Because I'm not opposed to paying Laramie Tunsil, but I'm definitely in a situation where I would prefer to see what we got first before we offer him a contract extension. So long story short, I ain't really pressing too hard just yet. But if this thing prolongs for the other two, it may get a little bit concerned.
Yeah, one of the points I made was like, especially, you know, mainly for Tunsil and Marshawn, but you know, I mean, they definitely should have been there. But in the Tunsil thing, like, okay, you don't go to voluntary stuff during the off season. Like, dude, you're a football player. What the hell else are you doing? Like, even if you don't participate, just show up and be amongst your team, be around the guys, be in a mix somehow, some way. Like, what else are you doing? So it's I don't understand it.
Yeah. Agent's saying agents negotiating some T's and C's. That's not wrong about that. I wanted to kind of get into some of the press conference sound bites, which really weren't. Which to me didn't feel like a whole lot today. It was just to me like it just didn't feel like a lot came out today. Like, it was like OTAs, cool. Dan Quinn said like one or two things, cool. All right, on to day two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get the opportunity and watch, that's why they say I glaze. But anytime you get the opportunity to hear Jaden Daniels speak, you listen. You know what I'm saying? All seriousness though, all seriousness though, man, I tuned in, of course. Why not? It's the quarterback of the team. I mean, Cliff, you know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want to hear Cliff, right? Right? You want to. I know a lot of people, they love to tune into Joe Witt, as do I. But I want to know what's up with the offensive side of the ball. I want to know, like, because we scoring the ball, like, what's the new tool? Especially, like, with, correct me if I'm wrong, we may have invested more into the offense in terms of, like, big name new additions this offseason than defense. So I would love to hear his thoughts on that. They said he talked about egos and how to control that. And who be kidding, bro? They're talking about Deebo Samuel. Like, who else on this team offensively that has a true ego that we know of right now? No, it's Deebo Samuel. And I think we're really going to see a refreshed Deebo Samuel, like no nonsense kind of guy. I can't guarantee you what kind of guy we're going to get after he gets his contract extension, whether it's here or somewhere else. But I just feel like we're going to get a hungrier Deebo Samuel because he's out to prove people wrong that he's still that guy and he wants to get paid. So I think we ain't gonna have to worry about none of that, and especially we have a regime culture and a quarterback that ain't really gonna be putting up with that, you know. And then he also talked about, you know, with it being a lot of playmakers on this offensive side of the ball now, that it's only one football to go around. So a lot of guys are gonna have to kind of find their way or earn their way onto the field in terms of production. So like a guy like Bill, we feel like he has the potential to be the running back one of the future here. But hearing Cliff Kingsbury today, as they should do, they're not handing it to him. He's gonna have to earn it. And Brian Robinson, as even though we all kind of feel like B-Rob isn't that guy that gives us the home run ability, we know he was really good before he got hurt last year. We know headed into this season, he's the starting running back. Now, can we guarantee that to be the case by week 8? Probably not. We can't guarantee anything in terms of him. But something that I did want to bring up in terms of the press just that was noticeable today was Jalen Lane and Brian Mitchell. I don't know what it is in me about legends, but anytime a legend gets to hands-on with one of the young guys, I just automatically just get excited. Like, didn't Daryl Greenshaw do that for Forbes? I don't know if that ever worked. Clearly it didn't, but you know what I'm saying? Anytime the legends get there.
Forbes is kind of like year three at that point, because remember, Daryl Green wasn't coming around the team.
Yeah,
when Dan was there. So Forbes is already, you know, deep into his shits.
I think it was good point. It's Mikey Saverstill that Daryl Green was working.
Mikey Saverstill. Yeah, good point.
Mikey Saverstill.
Yeah. Did we talk about? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Obviously.
Before you go to that point,
go ahead.
Let me hit that point you just hit.
Okay.
So, I agree with your point. They're saying Deebo's saying all the right things right now. I thought that one Biden, when they asked him, like, you know, what he had to do this year, and he was basically saying, I got to basically do whatever it takes to, you know, that was the key for him.
1 year left. Yeah.
Right. But then AJ also says Cliff gives a great interview. I tend to not like Cliff as a interviewer. But I thought that this interview he gave today was spot on. Like, I thought by far it was his best interview that he gave since he's been here. Like, his interviews are kind of like dry a little bit. I get that you're not trying to give away nothing and all of that. I get that, you know, you try to keep everything on the tuck, but you got to give us something. You know what I'm saying? Give us something, pause to chew on or something. You know what I mean? Something to get our wheels spinning about, get some excitement and, you know, things of that nature. To John's point about the press conferences, I thought it gave exactly what it was supposed to give. I mean, it's the off season. Like, this is how a well-run organization operates. We're just not used to a well-organization operating. So we want more. We think that we should have this and we should have that. It's OTAs. Like, you know what I mean? They gave what they were supposed to give. We saw what we were supposed to see. You know, so it just gave us really something to talk about, something that, like I said before, chew on as a fan base over the next few days or next 2 weeks until we get into the mandatory minicamp.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said early on, the guys are just getting here. Only thing they can kind of do is just publicly kind of praise the additions and things like that. We haven't seen the Clips and the other guys all season for real. You've just been getting AP and Dan Quinn. So Cliff started out talking about Jaden and his leadership and coming back, and they asked him about does he him gaining weight, was there a requirement and things of that nature, and he basically talked about it wasn't necessarily a requirement, but Jaden knows where he needs to get better, or knows how to protect himself at things, what he need to work on. So that was one of the priorities for him. And he said, coming back, he definitely came back looking stronger and has a stronger arm. You can see that. So that's definitely a plus. He praised Debo, was saying that, one of the most dynamic players he ever had to coach against, having to see Debo twice when he was in Arizona. So he praised him there. And like you said, he definitely mentioned they asked him specifically, how much do you see guys like Jalen Lane and Bill getting a rock? And he definitely said like both of those rooms are deep. And it's gonna be competitive, so they're gonna have to earn it. Just setting the standard. So I just to kind of piggyback what Reedy was saying, I felt like the interviews did give us what we needed. It's early OTA, so they can't really go into too much detail, or they haven't really seen too much. But just on the outside, he kind of touched on different things and different keys, and this is something they're looking forward to. But I think Cliff had a great interview as well, so I agree with Asia.
I agree, and there goes Juan. No, I agree with Juan. The point of seeing Brian Mitchell there with
Jalen Lane.
Jalen Lane, thank you. I think it's great. He was there with the young returners. He himself is one of our best players in franchise history. Whether you want to say he's a Redskin, doesn't matter. Washington history, he's one of the best. He's one of the OGs, and he keeps saying he wants to come, coach and come help. He's doing it right now, and I think it's working. Jaden getting some reps in with Debo, getting some reps in with Jalen, getting some reps in with some of the other guys. I think it's a great thing to have. And Jaden put on some mass. You could see it. Some people are saying you can't see it. I can see it because I'm in the gym my damn self. And I think the zip on the ball looks a little bit better. I mean, it's an OTA. It's whatever throws. But in all honesty, I think weight, whether you go up or down, is a good thing to have because you need size in the NFL. You need speed in the NFL. You need to be able to control yourself in the NFL. I mean, at least with those three players, you don't see them partying, you don't see them golfing, you don't see them doing doing all that stuff. They're at least out of the news for the most part.
Yeah. And I think I sent Reedy something earlier. I don't know if he saw it, but Debo was definitely at Rose Bar amongst a few other guys, John Baptiste being one of them. So far, Baptiste and Debo are definitely the party guys. I'm keeping my eyes on them.
John Wall.
While y'all was just talking, I was like looking at my phone and I was looking at Debo's post. And Debo definitely like to me is like really repping us hard. Like he like it. Like if you look at every post he posts in his story and everything, it's always something with the Commanders in there or something. Like it's like
reinvigorated,
really excited about energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of players don't really do that. They kind of like keep us out of on their Instagrams and stuff like that. But he's like really like your man Rally Captain say, rep it hard or don't rep it at all type deal. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's a great problem to have.
Oh yeah, Lattimore in them trenches.
Yeah.
He at concerts, he backstage, he's shooting videos, he productive, he all in.
Yeah, he need to be all in somewhere in Washington State, all in working out somewhere. That's what he need to be doing.
That's your man.
Have he find out people they got smoke from Marshawn this year, man?
Yeah, like man,
I don't necessarily got smoke for him. I ultimately want to see him do very well.
Of course,
but his leash with me is very thin, very thin this year, very thin. Because I'm like right here, just ready to start. Y'all know how I am.
Mm-hmm. Is it because of what happened last year, or is it kind of just a trade, like with compensation for it? Or was it like, damn, I was this geek for him or something, and then like he came in and
because I think it's more so of the expectations. Like I was so geeked to get him, like knowing the pedigree that he had and the type of player that he is, and those Pro Bowl seasons, and like just watching him from afar, just knowing the type of dog he was. And then he got here, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he was injured.
That's
so I'm
fair.
giving him
So
that.
Let me ask you this:
but now it's because I feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know if he is. I think he is, but I'm just saying, like, why are you not at OTAs, bro? So that kind of like pissed me off a little bit. Like, knowing you had a subpar year last year, you should be doing everything you can to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that this year you go up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's that. So that's why I'm saying my leash is a little short with him right now.
That's fair. Knowing what you know now, injury, stuff like that, would you have made the trade?
No. Because realistically, he didn't help us. If call a spade, I say it all the time. Where did he help us at? He played 3 games. Was it 3 or 4 games?
He played 3 or 4 games. He played both playoff games. Well, no, all 3 playoff games.
So really, he hurt us in the NFC Championship game. He helped us in the Detroit game. You know, he didn't really see too much action.
He almost killed us in the Tampa Bay game.
Correct. And then the other game when he had
that Saints game, he had a solid game, but they ain't throw the ball his way.
Correct. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how did he really help us? In a sense, like overall, yeah, he was on the field, but we don't know. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who, if somebody else is over there, they may have picked on them. But so I got to give him that. But ultimately, he didn't have no turnovers. He didn't have no TFLs. He didn't have no deflections. He had like those statistical categories that defensive backs and specifically corners do. So what we gave up, who knows what we could have got for those picks? You know what I mean? Now, ultimately, if he comes in this year and he balls out, then we could say, okay, cool, forget those picks. He played up to the capability that we thought he would. But if he doesn't, he has another subpar year, then it's a bad trade.
But I was thinking too, and I agree with all you said, Reedy. But I was thinking too, like, I'm kind of like on both sides of this, because typically anything that we got going on within an organization, who we interested in, you know, any rumors circulating, it ain't really coming to the team because we don't really have no leaks like we used to have before. But they keep putting us in this mix. Fowler keep mentioning us with this Ramsey situation. And I just been thinking in my head, like, what if there's like a secretly backdoor situation where they are really interested in Ramsey and he's a part of the deal, Marshawn, or he, you know, because technically, you know, they said we had an out of his contract.
I think after that's
out now, or something like that. So it's like, what if he, you know, they could be, I don't know, he could be out there for sneakily on the trade, but I don't know. I'm not saying that we would get much for him, but it just the thought just popped in my head because it's just like, why we keep coming up with Ramsey? And I mean, I know people have toyed with the idea, okay, if you get Ramsey, maybe you could put him at free safety. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, okay, but what about Quan? You know, what about some of the other guys? So I don't know, but I definitely had that thought, like, shit, we might really be trying to get Ramsey, and then they just gonna figure something out with Marshawn.
I don't know if I want to get Ramsey at his age and his contract, though.
AZ, you play a lot of Madden, or you did back in the day?
Franchise king.
I see why. I know. I get it.
Franchise king. I hop that's real. Before I do anything, I guess that roster, I start trading before I even start a preseason game.
That's real maddening right there. Yeah, my bad, it's lagging. So I be thinking there's room for me to go in and talk, but that's probably my computer lagging, y'all. So my bad if I cut anybody off. But yeah, that sound very maddening right there, because I don't see like realistically our front office doing anything like that, like trading for another veteran cornerback that's already been disappointed after one that was already disappointing. So, and me personally with Trey Amos, you know what I'm saying, I was gonna bring this up, not that it matters or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, but he did have a pick that they offered Jaden Daniels. I don't know if it was a clean pick or if it was off the hands of a receiver. So hey,
I didn't see that.
They said
early on,
they said Jaden Daniels do 2 picks.
Started. Yeah, He opened up with 2 picks.
Yep,
something like
that.
And
they were both to your, and the passes are both directed towards your guy Juan Michael Gallup.
They both was to Gallup.
You sure about that?
Yes, they were. I read that. It's in the tweets.
And I think they said one of them was off the hands too, right?
I'm pulling up this tweet.
It was
put it on the screen. I'm
gonna pull it up real quick.
I think they said one was off the hands, right?
Even if one was off the hands, they were both in the vicinity, and they were both going too.
It's in the vicinity. That don't mean it's. I mean, it could go either way. I'm not even. Oh, that was blasphemy. What am I about to do? I'm about to start trying to blame JD5 for it.
Oh, let me go.
I apologize. Oh no.
Look, Reedy secretly on that sophomore slump. There they go.
Oh no.
You a part of that too, huh? They
ain't part of that. No.
They said
how dare you?
They said 5 gonna have a sophomore slump this year, and it's already starting the OTAs.
That's crazy, bro. The devil is a liar. Oh my God. I can't believe I was getting ready to vouch for Michael Gallup over JD5. Oh,
he got Amos got a pick from on Sam Hartman too.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Well, let's translate to the field, to the real field, not in shorts and t-shirts. All right, and then I'll get sites. I ain't getting sites yet.
All right,
I'm only getting sites because I feel like the Trey Amos is really about to be that. You know what I'm saying? To see him making plays day one.
I got the glaze already.
Oh man, here we go. I'm gonna write that one down. Okay, I'll write that down. They already said I'm the king of the JD5 glaze. They said I'm a Mikey Sanders. I'm a Mikey Sanders still glaze. I'm gonna add Trey Amos to that.
Mikey Gallup.
Okay. Oh, Michael Gallup and Noah Brown too. Okay, and I gotta add Noah Brown to that.
I do think Trey Amos gonna hoop though.
I do too.
Juan, you need one more to finish that glaze gauntlet. You need one more.
Hey, yo, glaze.
Oh no! So it was Reeves, Jeremy Reeves, and Trey Amos back-to-back picks and 7-on-7, both on target.
Both to Gallup. Yeah, I got the tweet from Zach Selby.
Yeah,
that's not what I like to hear.
The Gallup.
Both to Gallup.
Plus to Gallup.
So was it? We can't go off a tweet. I gotta see the tape. The clip.
I mean, we definitely don't got the tape. We definitely don't got that. I don't even have the tape.
Shout out Jeremy Reeves, bro. Jeremy Reeves always making plays in practice. They never give my man a chance to be a safety.
When he used to, back with the Shazier Everett days, and Jeremy Reeves used to come in behind him, Reeves used to hoop. Reeves used to definitely hoop.
Yeah, I don't know why you talking about that 2020 year, right?
Yeah, I don't know why he don't get more time at safety. I don't understand that one.
Yeah,
he's not bad.
I never do.
Bad back there. From what I saw.
What was it, y'all? Was it 2020 that year where it was like Cam Curl and I think was it Landon Collins? Nah, I don't know who it was, but it was a stretch.
Mr. Buffalo Nickel.
I think so. It was a stretch where I think Cam Curl got hurt, and it was a mixture of the Everett and Jeremy Reed, and that they had that secondary locks.
That was like 2021.
No, yeah, that was definitely 2020. I'm just trying to see who was it. Was it Cam Curl and Deshaun Everett? I feel like it was Cam Curl.
Was that 2020 roster?
Yeah, it was Cam Curl or somebody else. It was. I don't think it was the Shades. It was the Shades of Effort for a time, but
yeah, I mean, was that pre-car crash?
Nah,
Oh, don't tell me about no tweet that happened in 7-on-7. Came out no 7-on-7. Get picks every day.
Yeah, Juan. Yeah. Curl
11 picks. I don't know 7-on-7.
Go ahead.
Selby, you
bet.
I can't confirm you now.
You better not let them people get a hold of that, man. They gonna run wild. Oh, Jay Daniels only throwing a pick, sophomore slump. There you go. I think this year gonna be real rough, bro. I think it's gonna be really rough in terms of like the expectation, because the second he has a CJ Stroud-esque game, like that blows me, bro.
Yeah,
they keep trying to compare him, huh? My bad.
You want your expectation? No, you good. You want your expectation? I like Lewis on the other day. He said with this roster and with this schedule, he can see 14 wins out of this team.
I mean, I can. I can see 14 wins out of the team, but realistically, I do. Like, it's bump every week, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. But like,
I pick what? I pick 13.
Hold on, Z. What are you thinking realistically? Let's stop the fandom. Realistically, what are you thinking? Strictly based off of the schedule, what is your first reaction? Take last year out of it. Your first reaction based off of pure talent on paper and the schedule. Mm-hmm. What you thinking?
12
and 5.
12 and 5. So
12 and 5 NFC East champions.
So it looks like Reedy is the only one. I said 11 and 6. I said 11 and 6. Just because of the gauntlet that we got to go through.
11 and 6 wild card.
I ain't make that determination if it's gonna be a wild card. But I just said 11 and 6. I don't know.
He said, "Don't hold me to this fire."
I just said I can, like John says, I can see us possibly losing maybe 6 games, if that. I wanted to say 12 and 5, but I'm just trying to be realistic, not be biased on it. Like, my biased opinion is telling me like 13 wins, but the true diagnosing the schedule and who we're playing, I don't know.
Let's have that on repeat. All right. Yeah, I got 12. I think like was saying, I think one of either the Bears or the Falcons gonna get the reciprocal on us. But then we could turn right around and get someone else. Get a Chargers, get a Broncos, get a Raiders win to match up with. I got 12.
I shouldn't be lagging anymore. That computer, I need a new computer bad, man. But the bias in me is saying 14 and 3. So I feel like I'm being very I guess modest, saying 12 and 5. It's even though we do have because let me hear your reason. You said the gauntlet. Okay, you already gave your reason, the gauntlet. So I could see why you say 11 and 6 because of how much more harder the schedule is. But like, I feel like just the talent and the camaraderie, knowing like the sour taste that was left in the players' mouths. Pause again. That I feel like that they're gonna come up with adventures, especially like starting out. I tried so hard not to looking at the schedule. Tried so hard not to like say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start out 4-0." I think someone even was like 7-0 after that Kansas City game. But it's like, man, if they really come out firing on all cylinders, you know what I'm saying? It really is a real strong possibility that we could start out at 4-0. Maybe even 7-0. But I don't really want to get that far ahead, but essentially what I'm saying is I can see you, you know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna catch one probably during that gauntlet, man. But 12 and 5 is where I'm at, man. I don't see us being going backwards, bro. And I part of me could say it's just being a fan, but the upgrades we made both offensively and defensively. Like, had we not have upgraded the defensive line as much as we did to stop the run and facing these running backs that we facing this year, I probably would feel a little bit scared. But knowing that we overly upgraded that defensive line, that gives me confidence in itself as well.
So what I said, so Z said, what you say, Z? 13 and what?
13-4.
13-4. I said 11-6. But I had us losing, what was it? 3 out of the last 4. And normally I'm a guy, so I had us losing the second. So I think I had us going, was it 5-0 from the beginning, or 4-1?
Like 4-1 or something like that. Yeah.
And then I had us losing the last 3 out of the last 4. And I said it because
you got us losing to the Chargers, I think.
I don't know. I think I said the Chargers. I thought we said we was going to beat them.
I think.
Gotta go back and look at the tape. But
bean footage.
And here's my reasoning. Like, and I don't know if this is going to happen. Like, maybe I'm giving them too much respect. But last year and years past, I always was like, fuck the Eagles. Like, we can beat them. But like, I don't know if this is because they the champs. I don't know. It's Saquon. It's just something about Saquon that just doesn't sit well with me in our team. And then you throw an AJ Brown.
Not the run.
AJ Brown is just going to mix you, and then Smith is just going. I don't know.
Underneath,
I feel like we can beat them, but I don't know, bro. Like it's going to come down to the injuries. It's going to come down to a lot of things. Like at the end of the season, and I just feel like, how can you accurately say that we're going to beat Dallas both times? Like we always try to say we're going to beat teams both times, but you can't accurately say that. So I'm just playing the percentages on that. Like we'll probably split with them. And it's going to come down to one of them Eagles games if we get over the hump. But they just got a lot of firepower. I know they retooled and you know they lost some players, but shit, they still look damn good.
Well, their draft was good.
Just on paper.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, once the season gets here, the injuries start to pile up, and this, that, and the third. It's about whoever can stay healthy down the stretch and things of that nature. It might change. But just given those factors, that's why I said I think we're gonna go 11-6.
All right,
that's a good point. I want just everybody to know, book it now. Reedy in the past felt like we could beat the Eagles. Now he's a little nervous, which is understandable.
So we split. Because
Z like, win now.
Fuck them, Reedy. Fuck them, Reedy. Yeah, last year he was giving them. He was like, "Yo, nah, Reedy. I don't know, Reedy. They They just. It's like we just did a 360 on each other. We thought you so bad on our show about that last year. Now I'm like the one giving them all this respect.
They're all passive and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but anytime we play the Eagles, I always feel confident. Like last year, both times we played, especially that Thursday night game, you couldn't tell me nothing. Even with Jaden Daniels being hurt, I'm like, yeah, we about to. I ain't say we're gonna punish them. I'm like, yeah, we about to win, blah blah blah. Then B-Rob come out first drive, touch. I'm like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just because of how close we always play them. And it's always it's always some BS happening. Like we think it's always BS happening with the Giants games, which is true. But with the Eagles, it's always some with the Eagles, bro. Like you telling me for 3.5 quarters, it's 12-7, and we just boxing them, and then Saquon just happens to have this fourth quarter back. You know what I'm saying? And then
2 minutes, and then shit like that.
Right, and then for people that don't watch the games, it looks like, oh, Saquon gave y'all to work, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like the second game, Jalen Hurts goes down, so now we win the game, but all you going to hear is, oh, Jalen Hurts would have played, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then now, NFC Championship, I'm all geeked going into the gym. Let's go, we about to end. Now you can't escape 23-55. Anytime I make a video, anytime I make anything about the Eagles, it's 23-55. Right? You can't escape it, bro. So with them dragging as much as they are, it's not. It boosts my confidence that we're gonna beat them more for some reason. Like you would think, oh, because they won a Super Bowl and they constantly got the one up on us, stuff like that. I would feel like timid. Well, no, I feel more confident than ever that we gonna beat them every single time. That's just me though.
Yeah, I was super confident in that game, but I was sitting in the stands in the end zone that game in Philly, and I became real unconfident really fast.
What did it for you today? De'Ami Brown fumble?
I think it was the drive when we didn't get the first down when Jaden pulled it and we didn't get the first down. It was late in the end. I thought we was gonna make a comeback and we was gonna make a game of it. Then Saquon just went nuts on our ass.
I'm trying.
Are you talking about the championship game or the first game?
I'm talking about the first game. The championship game. I just was depressed.
Yeah, we was at both of them.
Depressed.
Yeah, but yeah, that title game.
Yeah, Z. Yeah, we gotta be in the building for the NFC Championship. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We going to the Super Bowl. Fuck it, Z. Just charge it, man.
That's the favorite. Charge that shit.
We'll get the money back. Charge that shit, Bobby. Blown. Was pissed.
Ow.
Still ain't paid for them tickets yet.
That's crazy, man.
Bad shit.
Reading from Reedy and Z does not condone that message.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Man. That would be told Chris John.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, we hear we don't condone such violence against these people. We don't condone this.
That man said he was coming for Forbes.
He was.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah. But any takes? I didn't get to watch the Dan Quinn interview. Did any of y'all get to see it?
I didn't either.
Not really, no. I can pull it up if I need.
I love DQ. I love DQ, but I feel like DQ is more of an in-season training camp listener.
Yeah. I mean, was one thing he said.
I seen a clip from Scott.
He asked him, "Are you the hunters or the hunter?" And he cut him off. We're always the hunters.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear.
Yeah, like.
What but they need to get us in there, bro. Bro, they be frying me with the questions, bro.
Yeah. Man. And you know what's gonna be crazy? If someone's gonna take that soundbite, we always gonna be the hunters, and they're gonna go, "Is the Redskins name back? Are we getting the old logo back? You know what this means for the future?"
They ain't never gonna.
They will not let that go, bro.
Hey, John, do me a favor, stop that.
Nah. Keep that's his signature. You gotta keep that voice. I'll be dying laughing every time.
Hey, bro, chill.
But what about the guys?
Like a meme.
What about the coaches?
They will not let that name go, man.
We're hunters. We gonna always hunt. That's our mentality.
Hey, Juan, low key, I wonder what they're gonna say. Reedy glazing on this shit too. They probably gonna tear me up in them comments or something. Something I'm gonna say. Hey, like,
they know
what is he talking about?
Hey,
AJ Osborn.
Reedy be the first one to switch up. That should be too funny.
It's gonna be Reedy's highlight moment.
Nah,
what happens if AJ goes off?
I got something for you, Reedy. I ain't even gonna say, but I thought about it like 2 days ago. Wow. You know, remember about a year and a half ago, maybe right before we was talking about giving Cam Curl a contract, and you went and named all these safeties that was better than him. And you remember that clip? He's not even better than Eddie Jackson. Where the fuck is Eddie Jackson at?
I didn't say Eddie Jackson. I said
I got the clip.
Eddie Jackson.
Yes, you said he's not better than Eddie Jackson.
I don't remember saying Eddie Jackson.
Eddie Jackson is a free agent right now.
Did I back it up with stats?
No, you just named safeties. You said all the safeties is better than Cam Curl. And
Eddie Jackson.
And I was like, Eddie Jackson.
Cam Curl, what did he do last year?
He had a solid year.
It's typical.
And he back. Eddie Jackson on the streets.
Juan's a Cam Curl glazer too, along with Z.
I'm definitely.
There's a six.
Cam Curl, my guy.
Pause. I'm definitely rocking with 3-1. I was tight when I was tight when I found out they told me.
There's
he was a good player, but I mean, he wasn't for what he was acting like. The caliber of player he wasn't that.
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Cool. I didn't know all that went down because I wasn't here, so I didn't know. They told me when I came back, like, yeah, he was on Twitter and all his father and all that. I'm like, oh, I ain't know that. See, okay,
I remember that.
I ain't know all that.
Yeah,
I'm thinking they just ain't reached
all that.
Cam Curl in 2024. Oh, go ahead. Finish that off.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Cam Curl had a monstrous season, guys. Y'all didn't know. In the 16 games, he had a total tackle amount of 79. He had a whole 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 9 pass deflections. Just an all-pro season, guys. Y'all remember this?
See, Cam Curl for me, and I know it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's contradicting, but it's kind of weird because, of course, we want guys.
Go ahead, Juan.
No, yeah, you good. Jeremy Chin, you said Jeremy Chin had a better season than that. John, put up the stats. I forgot about Jeremy Chin because I just remember
I'm about to do it.
I remember him having a pick versus the Steelers, but I also remember his ass never being able to get over top. Like
who,
Rebo?
Nah, Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin.
Oh, Chin. Okay, I was about to pull up Rebo.
Granted, he's not a man-to-man safety, so I can't expect him to be.
Chin had like 100 and some tackles, 105 tackles.
Is that really good?
Jeremy Chin in 2024 in 17 games, 117 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, an interception, 5 passes deflected.
Sounds like a better season to me.
But is that really good though? If we think about it, our safety.
I mean, he's a safety. I mean, he's a strong safety. He's coming down into the box. He's playing closer to the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, in hindsight, you would think like if we were running a Tampa 2 and he's up top all the time, then obviously, damn, but our run game was ass. Run defense was ass. So that's about right. You know what I mean?
So
like we was stopping the run. So yeah, your safeties are going to have to make tackles.
I get that. See, that's why that was gonna be kind of my next point, which we don't have up here. Obviously, we don't have the statistics that deep. I just wanted to see like what was the ratio of them tackles being because he was down on scrimmage or because Saquon Barkley was breaking through the secondary of the defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like typically
it's mixed in that NFC Championship game. I'm sorry.
Man, are you good? What was he? I'm sure he was, but was he on that play, the first play of the game where?
Yeah, he missed the tackle. He missed the tackle. I think it was
in a blender.
Is he a Juan guy? I don't want to say he was a Juan guy.
Jordan McGee?
No. Number 6.
Oh, Dante Fowler.
Was that a Juan guy? Was he a Juan guy? Because he damn sure couldn't set the edge to save his damn life.
Is he your number 6?
When you got outside contained and knocks Bobby Wagner over, Saquon Barkley gets out of there. And I don't know what Chin was doing down the field. I don't have no clue. Go back and look at that highlight.
Really played like a million times.
You're missing one more to finish it off. You're missing one more.
Yeah, you said what you said, the Glaze Glad. Would you say something that was just crazy like 20 minutes?
I said something gauntlet.
Glaze, that is just crazy, John. I'm sorry. I can't attach my name to that. I'm sorry. I can't do that to myself. I got to have some type of self-respect at some point.
Who was not glazing that was ass? I can't remember. I was glazing somebody. Was it Trey Quinn?
We just talked about it. It was Trey Quinn?
Yeah, he was last week.
I thought it was Troy.
No, Dax Mill.
Dax Mill.
BYU.
Yeah.
Dax Mill.
I was on the Chase Young Glaze Festival for a minute, and then I Z was like, "Fuck him, get him out, man."
I told Reedy about Chase Young a year prior, the year before they traded him. Reedy was saving because, see, in high school, Reedy had back-to-back years of knee injuries. Like a torn ACL, then they had a kneecap injury back-to-back years.
It was
a year and a half, year apart or something
like
that.
in between.
Yeah, so he had a little heartfelt for Chase, and he wasn't on the field and all that, and he was saving it. I'm telling him, like, Reedy, you got to trade him now while you still got some worth. There's some hype around him. This is early on when we went to training camp, and he's showing up. He trying to make his comeback. I'm like, trade his ass now. And then they did it. And then he missed like the first 4 weeks. Yeah. Because it started being a stinger issue. Like, where all this come from, Chase?
More stingers than bees. Like, come on, like, dude.
First you hurt your knee, then it's the stinger. He was just
New Orleans gave him that bag, man.
They definitely gave him that bag.
The brand new Michael Thomas of defense. He get injured, you'd never see him again.
Are y'all still on the train of bringing in Von Miller and Zadarius Smith and
why not
Jadeveon Clowney?
You know, Z ain't never gonna let that go. He want Von Miller.
I definitely want Von Miller to be a mentor to these guys. Why not?
See, and I know everyone isn't Bobby Wagner, but
that's
why
I brought that up. My bad, Juan.
No, you good.
Everybody's not gonna be a Bobby Wagner, but let me tell y'all about y'all man Z. Your man Z calls me the other day talking about.
Speaking of Madden,
yeah, Reedy, man, I was on Madden. No, I was asking him something about the franchise on Madden because my son was doing the franchise. We was on the phone. My son was doing the franchise, and he was asking me like trivia questions or whatever. And I was like, do it really like do that really like matter? Like if you answer the questions right or wrong, do it like affect the gameplay and stuff like that? And Z was like, yeah, because I had a question about tell him Z, tell him what you told me, Z.
So like I said, when I start a franchise, I just got the updated rosters with the new rookies or whatever. So it's a current team on the joint. So I signed Von Miller, and he the first question popped up is going to be a battle between him and Dietrich Wise, and I'm like, nah, Von Miller's a starter. So
morale down.
Yeah, so when they did that, the whole team morale down. Even Jaden's morale was down. I'm like,
the whole team -5.
So I was explaining that to Reedy. So then, like as a couple of weeks went on in the season, played a couple games, it popped up. John Baptiste was saying he wanted a mentor. He wanted Von Miller to be his mentor. So of course you pull Von Miller in the office. I'm like, yeah, I need you to mentor this guy. Von was like, I'm not here for that.
-5.
Like I'm not here for that.
That sound like some Von Miller stuff. Like
that. Sounds like some Chase Young shit.
Like damn. This is too funny.
Just starting off the season -10 morale. How dare you? Get 40 morale.
Facts.
Go. I didn't know it was that deep. I ain't played the franchise in since like 05, 06. Shit.
And then if you do not my career, like Road to Glory through college and then whatever it is into Madden, you do the testing and like the draft, it's the same thing. If you don't answer all things correctly, it affects your draft stock. Or I'm gonna start calling this shit
even down to the practice reps.
Yeah,
you can't have the people practice having too many reps. They get fatigued and all that. Yep.
So the opposite of what Chase Young did, he just did nothing. All right, ooh, me.
Yeah. So what else we got? What else we got?
I think that's really about it. We kind of covered everything. Debo looking good, Jaden looking stronger.
I feel like there was another topic today.
I
mean, Twitter is all over this name controversy, but I ain't even gonna touch that.
They ain't never gonna let that go, bro. We're gonna be 3 Super Bowls in, and they still gonna want the name. What's up with that Timberwolves game? They need to come back.
They getting routed.
That shit routed. Oh man, hey, just go ahead and get a Thunder Day ring, man.
Yeah, damn. I mean the last game, your man Ant, you're a scorer. I don't even watch the NBA like that, and I know you're a scorer. Why are you trying to be a distributor of the basketball, bruh? Score the basketball, bruh. Yeah, they lost by 2. Come on,
do your
man.
job.
He had like 11 attempts. Like that don't even make sense.
57 to 80.
Just do your assignment, alignment, responsibilities.
Yeah. Nah, so I think that was it with the OTAs. I mean, they showed a
couple only clips. Day 1.
Yeah, they showed a couple of clips of Zach Ertz. They're running them routes. A couple of people was in the comments. Somebody took him an hour to run a route.
Oh,
is he still wild? Is he wild? So whatever. A couple people was defending him. It was on a post with Chad Ricardo.
Am I glazing? Not to cut you off, but am I glazing, or did Zach Ertz look like he was faster today in the clips that I seen of him? Running corner route. He looked like he was moving a little. Him and Debo was on the same side.
That corner route is the one that they were saying.
Debo ran a drag, and I think ran a corner route.
Yeah, and they threw him the corner route.
I mean, he could have, but like you said, t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
He might not have been running that hard either.
Sure.
No, Debo looked like he was running hard. They looked fast.
Oh yeah, Debo was looking good.
Yeah. It said Jaden had 12 consecutive passes completed. At one point.
Second year slumpers, where y'all at? 12 completed.
Where y'all at? Oh Lord,
consecutive.
Man.
The Browns did a whole little stat thing with their quarterback tracker. And
that's understandable though for them.
My man Dor had 3 touchdowns. He was like 9 for 12.
No picks. Yeah.
No picks.
Dylan Gabriel was
Gabriel had a pick. Yeah, he had a pick. Flacco had a tutty. Like they had whole stats though. I'm like, wow.
I was reading the comments. They're like, y'all just bored out here, aren't you?
No, I mean for their situation, it's understandable. I ain't gonna lie.
It's the first day of OTAs. These quarterbacks went like 35 for 51, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks.
But can you imagine like being that GM? Like I feel bad for him. Like you have the Deshaun Watson.
They do it themselves.
You give up the night, day, night, and morning, evening, and a fortnight away from a Game of Thrones reference to go get a Deshaun Watson. That doesn't work out. Then you draft a Gabriel. Then you find a way to draft Shador. After you brought in Joe Flacco, who had was it last year or the year before last? He had that resurgence.
2 years
before last.
Yeah. And who was the other quarterback?
Flacco, Shador,
Kenny
Gabriel,
Pickett.
And
Kenny Pickett. And then you bring in a Kenny Pickett.
Two glove Pickett.
That was a first round pick like 3 years ago.
The 21 class.
So
Super Bowl champion, Kenny.
If Shador ends up being the star, like who are you cutting? Like
they might just cut their losses and take Massage Watson out of the parlor, put him in laundromat because he washed.
Because there's our rookie contract's guaranteed. They can't get rid of Gabriel. I mean,
like the first 2 to 3 years they're guaranteed.
I don't know if Gabriel's. I mean, well, they probably gonna cut Pickett because. I would say, do you think that Gabriel's better than Kenny Pickett?
No, but they're not gonna cut Gabriel. They're not gonna cut Gabriel. Yeah.
I think if they drafted Shador at 94, Gabriel at 164, have these controversial topics when we talking about in Cleveland. Like, oh, he drafted 2 quarterback school, but he drafted Shador first. I think it's the fact that they drafted Shador second to last in their draft class.
Yeah. What you think? Why you think Shador gonna take the starting position?
I think at some point they will. I think they're not gonna put him out there week 1 just because like they're Cleveland.
Yeah.
So like
I mean their starter is gonna be Joe Flacco.
He gives them the best opportunity to win. That hey, I didn't even think about that. So wait, hold on. We don't have to include Deshaun Watson, but we can. Even though we know he's done. Like he's done there. They just too deep into his contract and they can't really let him go. And I don't know if it's like an injury since he's injured because he's gonna be out next year and he after that or something like that. Something crazy.
It's insane.
I'm wild.
Oh, they said that he was gonna be out.
Yeah, he's cooked, bro.
Yeah,
he
got hurt again.
It was Achilles, right?
Yeah.
He got hurt again. He got hurt again doing some shit.
He
pulled like a D Hall. Yeah, he pulled like a D Hall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. He pulled his Achilles back in January. So it's a second tear. I think on the same one he was rehabbing.
Yeah.
Going to get a slice of pizza like D Hall.
It was something like that. It wasn't. I don't think it was practice related or like workouts or nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're in the. Oh yeah. He was doing some. He was either on vacation or not a massage, but yeah.
I ain't want to ever like get in people business or like take guesses, but that karma must be eating him up, fool. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro.
Him and Justin Tucker are just diabolical beings.
Justin Tucker, I can't believe, bro.
I think everything that happened that Deshaun Watson said is telling us that he did that shit. Like Kanan said on Power a few years ago when he told Tariq, Ghost did that shit. Deshaun Watson did that shit. He did that shit. I ain't gonna lie. He did that
24
shit.
people. 24
people. I think it was 28, but I think 4 of them got settled beforehand.
And 28, and then all of this bad stuff is just happening to you. You can't play good when you out there, and then when you dang. Stillman when he was in Houston, man, I was like,
yeah, he was a beast.
I don't even know if I want to say this because I don't want to seem like I'm misogynistic or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, bro, like you got bread, right? How like it's so many like like crazy, just like I don't know. I ain't gonna say it. I'm just leaving.
I mean, he just said in the comments, hire private masseuse.
Yeah, like why
pay for it.
Like, bro, if that's what you into, that's what I mean. Hey, no shots out to you. I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
I've said this once. I've said this to a few buddies. If one Bengals player comes out and he's doing some stuff like this, the whole AFC North is cursed. You got Big Ben with his allegations in the early to mid 2000s. You got Massage Watson. Now you got Justin Can't Tucker in. Like, what are we doing out here?
Justin Can't Tucker
in. Hey, Juan, what's up with you, man?
Hey, John.
But no, did you hear? Did you hear when he said when he was talking about Deshaun? And he was like, we was talking about how he hurt himself. He was like, well, I mean, he wasn't getting a massage.
I didn't even peep that. That glossed over.
I definitely ain't paying attention to that because I heard him about some pizza or something. That's what I heard.
No, because I was trying to be funny and making a point about D Hall, going to get a slice of pizza, return his Achilles. That's crazy, bro.
Who they said? Didn't they say? Oh, was it John Wall? Somebody was like 3 tours Achilles falling down the steps or something like that. Was that John Wall? That was somebody.
It was somebody. I forget. It might have been Wall. Yeah, it was Wall.
Mm-hmm.
It was Wall. Yeah. That's the story they gave us, though.
Yeah, we
definitely got to clip this one up. Justin Can't Tucker and it's wild.
Nah, yeah.
I'd be your best one, John, of all of them.
That's the one that shocks me the most, though.
Justin Can't Tucker.
I didn't think Justin Tucker was on that type timing,
man.
That's like. Nah, I ain't even gonna say that. I don't want to put my dog like in that situation. But like I'ma just say it, but I don't because he not on that. But that's like equivalent to like if Tress Way was to come out and just be on that.
Oh,
that's like that's the last person I would have thought. You know what I'm saying? Justin Tucker. Like it's Justin Tucker. What the heck? I ain't think he was on that, bro. Like, if it is true, I don't know.
That's a good question, Asia.
How y'all feel about Yummy chasing the bag to be pushed down by Hunter? I mean, I don't think he knew they're going to draft Hunter. I didn't expect Jacksonville to take Hunter there. I had them taking Mason Graham at 5.
Travis Hunter is a corner.
I don't think the Army is going to. Well, they're going to force the Travis Hunter thing because it's Travis Hunter. But looking at them clips, he ain't running them routes good, and you know what I mean. He looking a little rusty, and like he might be a better corner than a receiver in the league. So, that's that's to be determined. So the Army might end up being fine, but
yeah. I mean, it's literally Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, De'Ami Brown, and then it's like Parker Washington.
But didn't he? But honestly though, y'all, he didn't go to Jacksonville to be the number 2. He just wanted the bread. Cause like
I thought he wanted the bread and the opportunity.
Cause I mean, how often do teams sign a true number 2 wide receiver? I guess they do it all the time. Cause I guess we traded for Debo, so that's different. But like, if they really thought he was a legit number 2, or they were looking for a legit number 2, they would have signed him to a long-term contract, maybe. Like
they signed him like a 3-year.
He got a 2-3 year though. I think.
I thought he got a 1-year deal.
I don't think it was.
At
least he got a 1-year deal, bro.
Definitely not. No. One.
It was
right.
1 year.
You got a 1 year, 10 mil. 1 year, 10 mil, 5 mil signing bonus.
1 year. 1 year.
Yeah. Actually,
it's up to 12 million.
Hold on. This contract is crazy. Hold up. 1 year, 10 mil. A 5 mil signing. A 5 mil signing bonus, but 9.5 guaranteed. Just say it's a fully guaranteed contract. What is extra? What is 500,000 going to do?
What's that 500,000 going to do?
That's why I was about to say. That's why I was about to say.
Tony said he's gonna prove his ass.
Shout out to my man Tone. But no, that's why I was about to say, like, after this year, I was gonna say he might find his way back in. Cause he on the way to deal. I don't know.
Hey, Tony been saying his ass was ass for I don't know how long.
Like a year.
That's the crazy part about it. He been consistent.
Every time we talk about him, ass. He's ass.
And he be emphatic about ass.
Yeah, he might be good though. Cause he carried that momentum for the playoffs. And then he now the third option in that offense. Like
Dion be good for like 2 good games a year.
But this may be a new Diami though. Because we say he only was good for 2 games a year, but we never seen this stretch of play for him before.
We've also never had a quarterback as good as Jaden either.
That's true. He is going to Sunshine. Dang, when are we going to have that conversation about Trevor Lawrence?
That might be a discussion for next week. We already into it.
Yeah. It's pending.
We actually touched on it that this is a make or break year for Trevor Lawrence. Oh, no. Because wasn't I telling y'all about the dude that I coach with now that's a Jags fan?
Yeah.
We did touch on it. Yeah, this is a make or break year for him.
Yeah.
Sunshine was supposed to be a generational talent, man. I remember him at what?
He might be a generational bust.
Yeah.
It's extremely mid.
You might need to cut that hair or something. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter is definitely a corner though. Like he and most receivers, like all
Jacksonville says no. Jacksonville's got him starting a receiver first, then corner.
I feel like that's for the clicks, bro. Like
if it was for the clicks, they would have came out and said, "Oh no, he's he's in both meeting rooms." But every clip you see is him at receiver. That's all you see.
I felt like he's a cornerback that can play receiver at times, but like his primary position should be cornerback.
I agree. I had him starting at corner, shadowing at receiver. I've been saying this for months before he got drafted. But both Jacksonville and Cleveland said he's a Lamborghini at both. He's a Lamborghini at wide receiver. You can get him going both ways. No pause.
I don't think he's a starter both ways. I think he can contribute.
For some teams, he is
on the offensive side of the football.
But both outside of Brian Thomas Jr. at receiver and Tyson Campbell at corner, they don't got a whole lot of help at either department. So he would be a starter at both.
He's a Lamborghini athlete and a Chevy Malibu wide receiver.
Oh,
wow!
Damn. I mean, that was his. When he came out of high school, I remember he came out of high school because he was the number 1 overall, like 5-star recruit coming out, and then he went to Jackson State. The thing on him coming out was corner. It really wasn't receiver. He played receiver, but it was corner. It's always been corner.
Yeah. But remember, he was going to Florida State. He was at Florida. Yeah. He committed to Florida State. When Deion went to Jack State, he said, "Hey, yo, Coach Brown, let me hit you up real quick." I mean, it worked out for him. Top 2 pick. Gary, like, you can't argue with the results. But I mean, but also, what does that say about the Colorado team consisting of Travis Hunter, LeJohntay Wester, and Jimmy Horn? Jimmy Horn and LeJohntay Wester were day 3 picks.
Let's call it what it is. My man Zay was like that when he was there. I forgot it. Xavier. And he number 10. Yes, he was
Xavier Weaver.
Bro.
Tone said my man an old Honda Accord at wide receiver. Damn.
I wanted to draft Jimmy Horn so bad, bro. Carolina, bro. Like I mess with Carolina.
Carolina got young receivers and then the 2 old white dudes. Like it don't make no sense.
Who's the 2 old white dudes? Adam Thielen and who else?
Adam Thielen and Hunter Renfrow.
No, bro. What happened? Hunter Renfrow was supposed to be like that after that 1 year, bro. Yeah. It's like they blackballed my man, fool.
They told him he was doing enough for a white guy, so he said, "Take a breather."
But Travis is
enough for a white guy.
Travis can get open as a receiver.
I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Now John definitely be dropping gems though. You be saying stuff that can go on t-shirts, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You might want to get into that.
I'm printing some stickers soon. I might need to make a custom one.
Yeah,
but we've been on here.
I think we great episode, fellas, man. As usual. If you're in the comments, man, like, share, subscribe to each and every one of our platforms. Juan Gotti going for 10 million subs at this point. Rudy and Z, we trying to hit 1,500. We almost at 1,400. And John, where you trying to get to, John? 1,000?
Goal is 1,000. I'm gonna shoot for 750 by. I'm gonna go end of year. We're sitting at 560 right now.
All right, man. Y'all go sub, man. Sub these guys up, man. Bringing great quality content to the Commanders community. Be on the lookout for much more from us here at the Burgundy Breakdown, and also be on the lookout for us individually on our own platforms and channels. I know Juan, every time some news comes out, I see an alert. Juan Gotti live talking. John, and Ballin and Burgundy, they live. Me and Z, we just had a heartfelt conversation through text saying that we need to be a little bit better, and we need to say fuck our comfort and what we got going on, and we just got to make this happen for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Our valued listeners who tap in with us each and every time, and tapping with us on Instagram and all of the other platforms that we on. But from all four of us here on the Burgundy Breakdown, we just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that took time out your day to tap in with us and continue this conversation with this great team that we love. And we'll be back again next Wednesday, same time, same place, for something new as we get into what is it? Mini camp next week, or is the week after?
Week after.
Week after.
Okay, so continue in phase 3. Yeah, so continue in phase 3. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to other content creators in the chat, man. Tone from PSN Network, man, always a pleasure. Shout out to Asia for always tapping in with us, as well as the others that I've missed. I need to scroll back up and see. Brand B. Who else is always in here?
I gotta scroll all the way. We got Julius, Tyrus B11.
Correct.
I gotta keep scrolling. They blew up the comments on this episode. Golly.
Yeah, we definitely had a lot of comments.
Yeah. Daniel Burry Sports Highlight, Rudy Olguin.
Philip B. I see him a lot in the comments.
My God, Philip.
Appreciate y'all.
Brisk NFL, Michael Pett. All right. Super Chef. And everyone on Instagram.
Yeah, everyone on Instagram. Y'all got anything else, fellas?
That's it.
No.
Well, we want y'all. This is what we want y'all to do. We didn't say it in the beginning of the show. So we got some new music, intro and outro music. Let us know if y'all rocking with it or not. And just give us your opinion. Tap it in them comments. Send us a message on social media. Let us know if y'all like this music or y'all want something different. But I'm Reedy.
I'm Z.
I'm John.
I'm Juan.
And we out.